Alright, today I'm going to show you how I use the black rubber rib, and the most important tool I think is the metal rib, and I use it to stretch and clean up pots. So I got a pot started a little while ago, and I'm just going to show you maybe how I collar and then stretch it all a bit. There we go. So it's pretty much well done here. So I'm going to collar this in a little bit. I got a little white on me, so I want to add just a little bit of water, just to the lip area. I don't get the whole pot wet. I'm pretty much done past the part of using a lot of water. And this pot's a little wobbly, so we're going to straighten it out. So I got my fingers here, and I'm always pinching and pushing down, and it recenters the lip. I got some wobbles there, and it's got a funny shape to it, right? Well, this is where the magic of the metal rib comes in. So no matter how bad your pot gets really wobbly when you're learn to use this tool, and it'll save you in so many situations. Takes that slop off, see that? Watch out when you do that, you can slice your finger. I've gotten pretty good at it, so it doesn't happen very often. Blood, sweat, and tears, right? It's pretty much all the wobbles are gone. And one thing about when you have a wobbly pot, I told a student once is, well, it was wobbling. I said, well, stop the wheel. It's not wobbling anymore. So don't get too critical on yourself. If you got a little wobble, no one's ever going to see it after it's done spinning, right? So now I can go in. I might get my hands wet a little bit again. I kind of go like that, so I don't have any big drips on my hands. I'm just going to get that lip. I could use a sponge. Right? Just get that lip wet. Maybe recenter if you need to. I'm going to collar in a little bit. You can kind of throw it in like this. There you go. Kind of push in and keep this above where I'm pushing it. So I'm kind of lifting it and pushing out at the same time. And as you can see, this finger is out here and the rib's farther back. It kind of just starts to happen. You don't need to be right on top of it. It almost works better. And the rib's above it. I'm pushing down below. Now I'm going to move the rib down a little bit if I need to. There you go. So I can just keep pushing this out. I might get a blowtorch and hit it with some heat. Or if you can take it off the bat, when you put it on the table, you want to give it little spins, like every time you walk by it almost. Sometimes I'll mark the wheel with my finger, and the first time I give it a full spin. And that way the mark tells me that it's halfway around. And then maybe I'll mark it again, and then I can just do little quarter spins. I'll put them outside in the wind, but you gotta keep turning them, because if they get too dry on one side, you can't stretch them. They'll have a hard spot. And you'll be bummed. You're done. So yeah, you keep turning them every 15 minutes, no matter how hot it is outside or where you put it, or even if you leave it inside your room with all the windows closed and the doors closed, you still got to spin them a little bit, just because the air in the room is changing all the time. Maybe the door opens or something. That's basically kind of stretching the pot. Like I said, you can use the black one. You can use it on the inside, and sometimes it's a little easier than your fingers. I'll try it a little bit here. This pot's getting a little stretched out here. But that's a good one because sometimes your fingers get stuck a little bit, but this thing doesn't really get stuck. It'll just really smooth. Most of the time I use my fingers. So I got a little wobbly. I'll just there you go. And right now I'm pushing here, and this backside of my hand, I notice I'm hitting the lip and kind of keeping it from wobbling a little bit. There you go. I can always let it dry up a little bit and even lift this some more. When it gets a little dry, you can just blow this thing up. This pot could get like this big easily. There's a lot of clay left. Anyways, I'll do some more videos on bowing pots out and maybe using the flame a little bit to show you guys how you can use the heat and how much heat to use. Before you kind of ruin the pot and get it too dried out and gets a hot spot or something. But all right, thanks for watching. And it's Brian Cully Pottery. Get stoked on clay. I'll see you next time. Thanks.